Hey guys, welcome to Tuzee Tuesdays. I am Tuzee from Tuzeemusic and it's another episode of Tuzee Tuesdays. To be precise, episode 16. So if it is your first time joining us today, I say welcome. And if you are a regular, welcome back. So as you know, the goal of Tuzee Tuesday is to have fun, inspire each other, learn from each other, add value, and in doing that, we learn to love ourselves enough that we can love on others. So today's topic, I'm super excited for it. And I can't wait to share this. This is pretty cool. So our topic for today, as I was saying, we are at episode 16. And the topic for today is, are you a caring nurse? Okay, I get it. Not just nurses watch the show. This topic today, even though it says, are you a caring nurse, is a topic that can be applied to every profession and every single person. So you don't have to be a nurse. So like, are you a good customer service agent? Are you a helpful teacher? Are you a counseling counselor? So just fill in the blank, whatever profession you are. However, today's episode though was inspired by the actual question, are you a caring nurse? So I'm going to stick with it. But like I said, please add your profession, whatever profession you are. So, before we go digging into today's topic, are you a caring nurse? It's Tuzee's joke time. Okay, so our joke for today is about two guys walking through a game park. They came across a lion. And this lion had not eaten for days. So when the lion saw them, it started chasing after them, like really trying to grab them. And they ran as fast as they could. They were running so fast, like, of course, it's a lion chasing them. So they're both running. Unfortunately, one of them got very tired. And, he decides to say a prayer. He decides, I'm going to pray. So he prays and he says in his prayer, he says, please, Lord, turn this lion into a Christian. And then he looks behind him, and to his surprise, he saw the lion on his knees. So he went back, or excited that his prayer has been answered. He went back towards the lion just to hear what the lion was actually praying about. And as he got closer, he hears the lion pray. And this is what the lion says. Thank you, Lord, for the food I am about to receive. Oh my goodness, you gotta be careful what you pray for. Or be more specific when you pray. Oh my goodness, wow. Well, I wonder how that story ended. Oh my goodness. Well, anyways, I hope you laugh because I thought it was a funny joke. And that's one of the points of Tuzee Tuesdays. We get to have some fun. So laugh a little. But anyways, as I was saying, our topic for today is, are you a caring nurse? And just because it says that, as I said from the beginning, it applies to everyone in every single profession. So whatever profession you are, please put that in. You don't need to be a nurse. This is not just a topic for nurses. So this question was asked to me by a patient. Are you a caring nurse? And no, I was not the nurse of this patient. I had never cared for this patient before. I actually was just visiting this patient, and I literally introduced myself to this patient, and out of the blue, this patient said, Tuzee, are you a caring nurse? it's very interesting. That question, are you a caring nurse? And it's actually ironic because the word nurse means to care. So asking a nurse if they are caring is like asking a Christian, do you know Christ? Or asking a superhero, are you a hero? Anyways, a question was put before me. So usually a question requires an answer, and from the look of the patient's face, they wanted an answer. So I had to give an answer. And am I a caring nurse? My answer to this patient was, I hope I am, because that is why I became a nurse. But I thought to myself, like any person would, why? Why was this patient asking me such a question? I wasn't even the patient's nurse, like why? Why? So I pondered over that for a little bit and did what any logical person would do. I asked the why. And this was the patient's response. So the patient explained to me that, this patient was an independent person before they came to the hospital. They did almost everything for themselves, from cleaning to shopping to cooking, and you just name it, everything. Was pretty much a patient that we would call like a person that we would call like an independent person for the most part. However, unfortunately, they had a fall. This patient had a really bad fall at home and encountered some internal bleeding. So they were brought to emerge or to the hospital. And, nature is a funny thing. You know that? Anyways, it does attack you at the most unexpected time, like time that you really don't need it to intervene or intercede. That's exactly when it happens. So this patient is at the hospital at Emerge waiting to see your doctor, but then felt they had to go number 2. And just in case you don't know what that is they had to go to the washroom and to do more than just pee. I hope you got it. But so this patient told a nurse that they had to go. And the nurse's response was, you have a diaper. That's what it's for. The patient told me, they paused and told me and said, Tuzee, I felt like dying at that moment. Me, an independent person, just yesterday, before all this happened, was being told to just poop on themselves. Yeah. And okay, hold it. Yep, I'm talking to you. You who about to say, what kind of person or what kind of nurse does a thing like that? I'm talking to you. Just hold it for a second. And to be honest with you, I actually have asked a patient to go in the brief before. But of course, not in those exact words. And there are a lot of reasons why a nurse would ask a patient to go in the brief. I know it doesn't sound great, but there are lots of reasons. So in this patient's case, they're new to the hospital. So no one really knows what they're capable of. They recently had a fall. So it's possible they may have broken something. Or they may have not been seen by physio yet. And there's strict rule depending on the patient's condition, or status, physio has to assess them before a nurse can do any like movement and stuff with them. So maybe physio had not assessed this patient yet. And the internal bleeding part, maybe they wanted to check how much the patient was bleeding. Or maybe it was a doctor's order to not, maybe it was just a doctor's order. And I could go on with the possibilities and the maybes. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the nurse was right to ask the patient to poop on themselves. And I'm not saying the nurse's behavior was appropriate. However, what I'm saying is that the nurse could have explained his or her motive behind why he or she wanted that patient to go in the brief. There are lots of us, and I mean lots of us, that do things. We have great intentions. But you know what? A lot of times we don't do a good job at sharing our intentions. And that's where the problem is. You know why? Because humans, and I'm talking to you and me, we humans love to fill in the blanks. So wherever there is an open space, we formulate an answer to fill it. Whether it's a right or wrong answer, don't matter. If there's a blank space, we gotta fill it. So my husband and I sometimes get into fights over this. And he will say, I did this for your own good. And usually once he explains everything, it's true. It's usually for my benefit. But I usually will say, I'm not a mind reader. Well, sometimes I really wish I was, but unfortunately, I know. But yeah, so I will usually conclude, I'm not a mind reader. So anyway, since we're talking about a patient, let me give you an example of a patient. Here's an example. I had a patient who was all about subcutaneous hydromorphone. So what that means, this patient was in pain and all they wanted was pain medication through an injection. So it's fast, it's quick, it takes care of your pain like way quicker than a lot of other things would. So that's all they wanted. But as I read through this patient chart, after I got reported and everything, I was like, I have to take a look at the chart. Read through this patient chart, I saw this patient really, really wanted to go home. And as a matter of, and as a result of that, there were notes that at night this patient will get really depressed and even go to a state where they will threaten the staff. So I went over, did my assessment, and introduced myself like regular stuff, did a full assessment of this patient, and of course I suspected this patient had pain. So I went, got medication, and instead of bringing subcutaneous hydromorphone, I did bring a hydromorphone, but brought tablet instead of the injection. And well, you guessed it. They were pissed. I'm not joking. Pissed. The patient was super, yeah, you got the point. And well, I stood there as they called me every single name they could think of. When people just cut you off, take the word from your mouth, you don't know what to say. You just wait until they're finished and you can give your piece. So I'm just standing there and just listening to this patient, say whatever they were saying at the moment. And when they were done, I explained why I brought the tablet instead of the injection. I told the patient, I read through your chart that you really want to go home. As a matter of fact, you've been getting depressed and, doing things that's not really you sometimes. And they told me like, yeah, it's true. I really want to go home. I've been here way too long and I think I will be better at home and, all the other stuff. And yeah, so I said, well, that was when I told him, I'm like, well, that's why I brought the tablet. Because the truth is, we rarely send a patient home with subcutaneous hydromorphone. I haven't really seen it done, really. Well, it's a dangerous drug. It's highly addictive, and you don't know how to administer it. So it's just too much, in there. So usually we don't send patients home with that. And if a doctor comes and see your chart that you're getting subcutaneous hydromorphone all the time, that just says that your pain is not being managed. So you are getting the injection because it's the fastest. You're not managing with the tablets and stuff. Anyways, long story short, the patient took the tablet, and from that moment, that patient, when they asked for pain pill, they really only asked for the tablet. And eventually, this patient went home. So yeah, filling in the blanks. Yeah. But yeah, filling in the blanks and giving our intentions. So, are you a caring nurse or good customer service agent or a counseling counselor or whatever profession you are? Are you doing the best you can at it? I know right now we are living in crazy times, and ain't no joke. I could literally have a few shows just about it. But we are living in a crazy, very crazy times. We are burned out. I'm a full-time nurse, singer-songwriter. Yeah, we are burned out and tired. And time is so precious, so precious. However, whatever profession you are, I really want to encourage you to take the time to fill in the blanks. Explain your intentions and ask yourself, am I a caring nurse? Or whatever profession you are. Because it's unfortunate, truly unfortunate, but true, that no one, besides God, of course, is a mind reader. No one. And so share your intentions. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. So guys, that is episode 16 of Tuzee Tuesday. And I really, really hope you were inspired or you learned something from today's show. And if you're a person that asking yourself that question and you can't pinpoint your answer, it's okay. That's the whole point of Tuzee Tuesday. We learn. We add value. We learn. And I say you can start today. Ask yourself and work on it. Work on filling in the blank spaces. Fill in the blanks. and share your intentions. Since I was asked that question, I have been asking myself almost every day that question, am I a caring nurse? And it's not because I'm not, but because it reminds me, before I get to work or when I'm at work, when I'm in a situation, and I ask myself that question. And like I was saying, it's not because I'm not, but because it reminds me why I'm actually there. And so you can do the same and ask yourself that. But remember, if there's anything you take from today's show, remember that we are humans and we fill in the blank wherever there's an open spot. So do your hardest at filling the blank, and share your intentions, because a lot of times we have great intentions. And as well, guys, like I said, 2021, new year, new focus. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. And, fill in the blanks. Am I a caring nurse? And that is our show for today, guys. And so as you guys are aware, I've been saying in every single episode, I am still looking for nurses with talent. This is a new piece that's going to be added to Tuzee Tuesdays. Hopefully next month it's going to start. Thank you to all of the nurses who have said yes to being on the show. And as well as, to those of you who are sending me some stuff. But I'm still looking for you. If you're out there, you're a nurse with a talent, I want to showcase your talent. So contact Tuzee, contact me. You can direct message me. My email is on the screen. And I really want to showcase your talent. But anyways, guys, that is Tuzee Tuesdays. And I hope you were inspired. Bye for now. Love ya. Bye, guys. And have a great week.